It's the grandson of Right Thought, and welcome to the School of Marvelous Light, little flock. This message today requires you to have some teeth in your head because this is going to be steak or lamb chops or some bison steak or whatever it is that you desire. It's going to be that kind of steak for you today. So it's going to require you to have some teeth up in your jib to be able to partake of this meal that we're going to be eating today. And if you ain't got no teeth, well, go over there on grandma's nightstand next to her bed and grab them dentures up out of there and throw them up in your jib. All right? In other words, you got to have some teeth to eat what we going to eat today. All right? This ain't milk. So now, go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, and we're going to start there. Now, before we read, excuse me, you guys know that I'm always talking about the grandson when it comes to the scriptures and why it's significant to understand the grandson when you're reading through those stories in the Bible, you see? Because when you focus on the grandson, when you're reading it, you'll see some interesting things take place. For instance, Abel, some interesting things took place. Jacob, some interesting things took place. Solomon, some interesting things took place. You see what I'm saying, little flock? Something interesting takes place when the grandson be born, you see? And so there's a prophecy in the Bible about a grandson, or in other words, a branch. Now, Yahusha said, I am the true vine, and ye are the branches. So the true vine is the second part of the plant. Well, let's see if that actually equals what we know about Yahusha. He's the son of Abba. So then he would be the second part. You see, that's why I say the grandson part of the plant, the third part. It's hidden. It's a mystery. You see that there? Which explains why no one knows about it. If it wasn't hidden or a mystery, then everybody would know this, what the grandson be telling you about. And you notice I'm the grandson telling you all about it. Because like I said, if a grandson is born now, according to what we know about, interesting things take place when the grandson is born. If the grandson is being born now, then some interesting things going to take place on the earth, right? That's right. So it would behoove me to tell you about these interesting things that's going to take place because the grandson is born. You see, we know in Revelation that there's a man-child that's born, and when he's born, Satan is right there looking. The red guy, it calls him, red. He's right there and he's like, I need to kill this guy as soon as he's born. That's what I got to do. But he's caught up to his throne. You see that there, little flockulators? He's caught up to his throne. So he's royalty. He's to sit in a high position. And so the one who don't want him sitting there is trying to keep him from sitting there, want to kill him. See that there, little flock? Just like the other grandson I mentioned earlier, Jacob and Esau, and Abel and Cain. You see that there, little flockulators? All right. All right. Absalom and Solomon. See that there? Absalom. Solomon. Okay, guys. Isaiah 49. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken, you people, from far. I have called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. Stop. So now, the branch from the root of Jesse, when he stands up, he shall smite the earth with what? The rod of his mouth, and with his lips, he shall slay the wicked with the breath of his lips. So we see inside of his mouth is an interesting thing, ain't it? It slice up and it dice up, and then it stack up nice, don't it? Right there, little flock. That's what we seeing going on here. In the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver hath he hid me, and said unto me, You are my servant, O Israel. Remember I told you about the grandson? Now out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which one is the grandson? Now out of those three men, which one's name was changed to Israel? See how that's going, little flockulators? It happens to be the grandson. All right then. See what I'm saying? Continuing. In whom I will be glorified. So Abba's going to glorify himself there. You see it? And said unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. Then I said, I have labored in vain. Now, the grandson, I always tell you guys about this. What does his name mean? Hebel, that is. So there was Abba, Adam, and then Abel. What does Abel's name mean? If you've been coming to the School of Marvelous Light, then you know. And then now you're going to know why this is linking all up like Legos, clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. You see this? So now he said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught. And in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with I am, and my work with my El. So, this servant is saying, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught, and in vain. What does Abel's name mean? It means vain. It means vanity. It means all for naught. It means empty. It means pointless. It means idle. I-D-O-L. Vain. You see that? That's what his name means. And it also means breath. You see it? All right then. So he says, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for naught and in vain. Yet surely my judgment is with I am, and my work is with my El. So then the grandson's work is with Abba. So do you understand, Abel? Why Cain looked at his brother and was confused as to why God accepted him when he had did all this work and toil of his hands out in the sun? Like the world is today, listen at the grandson's message that I speak. Rest. You guys are all about work. Look through my videos and see. Rest. There's only one thing you can do that's not vain. That's my message to give to you. That's the grandson's message. Check another grandson and see if that's what he preached. All is vanity and vexation of spirit. Was that a grandson or was it not? Look how I keep clicking like Legos. But people think I'm just making this up or I'm just coming up conjecturing. You can do this same math. Can't you? I'm asking you to confirm everything that I'm saying. I'm not saying it and hoping you don't go look to confirm. I hope you do look to confirm it. Who is the one that said all is vanity and vexation of spirit? Who said it? Y'all all got to say Solomon. So is Solomon the third part of the plant? Jesse, David, Solomon. The branch shall grow up and build the temple. So did Solomon build the temple? So then he's a foreshadowing of the man whose name is the branch. Now, when you check the prophecy, it would say the man whose name is the branch, he shall build the temple. Look at that. So then what does that mean? God is going to reside inside of his servant whose name is the branch in the last days as a sign of grace to his children, because that's all he's going to say. Isn't that what I tell you guys? Grace? That's how I'm able to do everything that I'm doing? Okay, then. So then you can receive grace too. That's the message that's supposed to go out before judgment hits. Guys, what other message is supposed to go out before judgment comes other than grace is being offered to everybody? Mercy and grace is offered, but if you don't take it, then you will fall under judgment. What other message could go forth right now other than that? If you guys all saying judgment is coming. All right, then. You see how it's all connecting like a Lego? So the message of all is vanity. You are what your name is. So then Abel, the grandson, his who he is a preacher of righteousness, which is how to think right concerning life. What's my name? Grandson of right thought. How to think right concerning what's going on around you and how to live in it. Everything else that you do is vanity. It doesn't matter. It doesn't come to anything. Check the Bible and read it again. It's written to the called out. I told you guys this mystery. Ecclesiastes means the called out ones. So then can everybody get Ecclesiastes? No, they can't. It's that obvious when you know what the word means. To be called out means now you can read that book and understand it, because it's going to tell you that all is vanity. So that will give you the motivation to do the work that's right or righteousness. And so God will accept your sacrifice. Like Abel. Vanity. Everything is vain. Everything is. Everything is vain. So there's no need in me trying to keep the best things for myself in this world. I can give that up to God. What did it say Abel gave up? The fat, the best part, the best offering. That's what he gave to Abba. Ain't that what it said? And it was accepted. Skeet-and-dee-lee, can you understand me? 'Cause I make that shit clear, so crystal clearly. Right? Watch this. I've labored in vain. My judgment is what I am, and my work is with my L. So now, what do I do every day? See how it all connects? This is my work that I do. Because this is the only work that I can do that's not vain, isn't it? One of the commandments that everybody talks about is you shall not suffer sin upon your neighbor. So then the whole wide world is going along in sin. Some of them folk out there is my neighbors. In order for you to come out of the world, you have to hear the call. You see that there? You have to know that what you're doing is useless and vain. It's not going to give you anything you think it will. You think it's your life is tied up in that. Watch how I remind you that it's not. My dad said, take no thought for what you shall eat or drink, or even what you shall put on. For Abba know you have need of that, so take no thought for it. Matter of fact, take no thought for your life. But look how all that's what the whole world is doing right now. What I'm going to do next year. What I'm going to do next year. He said, don't take no thought for tomorrow. But look how hard it is for carnally minded people to do it. It's so obvious, isn't it? So do you see why my message is so obtuse to the world? Why it's so strange to the world? Why it's so peculiar to the world that's chasing after mammon, so blinded by it, so deceived by it that mammon even got you thinking you serving God by all of these trinkets that you stack up around yourself. God bless me. Look at my YouTube plaque behind me on the wall. Matter of fact, I have 2 or 3. Look how successful I am. I have 5 billion subscribers. Look how great I've become. And then your ass got in a car accident and died. Got in a plane crash and died. Like Kobe, got in a helicopter and died. Like Aaliyah, got on a plane and died. And the list goes on and 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 on. And yet people just still say, it's worth it. It's worth it to sell my soul. It's worth it to do anything to get rich. To get rich or die trying, 50 Cent said. Oh my God. No wonder I ain't of this world. Y'all hear me, little flock? Damn! No wonder I ain't of this world. Good golly, look at them. They are in vanity and sanity. Who would know that? The grandson would. I've proven to you that he knows it. It's his name. It's what he's to say. All is vanity and vexation of spirit. He had the most wisdom out of everybody, and that's what he concluded. Check the Bible and see if he had more wisdom than anybody. Was it the grandson that did or not? Yes. And then what did he do with all that wisdom? He said everything is vanity except fearing Abba and keeping his commandment. That's the only thing that matters. Doing what Abba says to do. And what did Abba say do? Love your neighbor, because that's how you prove you love me. Because if a man say I love God, but yet might hate my neighbor, then he's a liar. So then loving my brother is how I prove I love God. But look how people shuck and jive around it because they love vanity. I don't. I hate vanity. Vanity make me go... I like to do work that matters. I don't like to do work that don't matter. Do you? Well, no, grandson. Well, you all are. But I gotta eat, man. I gotta eat some food, don't I? I gotta pay my bills. Shit, what do you expect us to do? I expect you to read your Bible and think about Egypt. If you were Israelite, I don't care if you ain't, but if you is an Israelite, I do care. And guess what? Did you read what happened when they was in Egypt? Well, yeah, they were slaving and working for their bread. Yeah, and they were called slaves, weren't they? Yeah, grandson, they were called slaves. All right then. And then when they got the work got so hard on them, what did they do? They cried out to their God, it said. Yeah, you notice it said their God? Yeah. You notice how the Egyptian says, yeah, let's see if their God will save them. You notice that other people say that about Israel? You see that? So then they said, oh yeah, this work is too hard. Abba, save us from this, right? Yeah, they did do that, grandson. And then what did Abba do? Well, he delivered them by the hand of Moses. So then if the Israelites became slaves in America and they need a deliverer out of it when the slavery is done, then won't God send them a deliverer? Oh, shit. Yeah, grandson, he sure will. The Bible calls it the Son of Man, because he is the one who speaks and the children of Israel wake up out of their death of dry bones they've been in. See it? It ain't even hard. It's because his mouth has a unique thing inside of it. We just read it in the Bible and we're going to keep on proving it. All right, little flockulators? His voice stands out and we're going to make it clear. All right. And now saith I am that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. I am. So I'm bringing Jacob back to the Father. That's why I ask all of you, the preachers that preach to you, do they use the name of the Father when they preach? Yeah, they do. Do they say I am? No, they don't. So then they don't say the Father's name. So bring your voice a couple octaves down while you're way up there like Mariah Carey or some shit. Calm your ass on back down and come back to reality. They ain't telling you a damn thing if they didn't tell you I am, because when I tell you another name, you're going to start to pray outside of yourself to that name. But when I tell you the true name, you're going to start to pray truthfully and worship in spirit and in truth and take on the name in truth and no longer in vain. And it's going to bring you back to the Father. What do I mean? I am sick. I am a slave. I am struggling to pay my bills. I am stressed out because of this. I have anxiety. I'm taking pills. I'm on all kinds of antidepressants and depressants and all this shit. You hear all of that I am vanity crap that God ain't on? God ain't on no damn antidepressant. So why you say he is? Oh, wow. I didn't. What do you mean? I said, God, look at the type of message. Pay attention to what I'm saying. You'll see it. What do you mean I was taking the Lord's name in vain? I just said I am on some antidepressants. I am. Do you know that when you say I am, you're saying God's name? I am? Yeah. You just said his name again. Prove it to me. Exodus. The same place I'm telling y'all to refer to understand how God is letting his people go out of their hard ass work. See? Because it's vain. What profit is there to build up another nation? What good is it for you? Well, the Negroes found out when they came right here to America and built it all up. What good did it do you to do that? Well, it didn't actually do any profit for us. I know. But look at the thing they keep telling you all you keep falling for. Generational wealth. I hate this stupid ass so-called black excellence bullshit. It's vanity to chase after any excellence in this world. Did y'all read the Bible? All of you say that you do, but all you do is focus on vanity and getting money every fucking day so that you can stack up more so you can have what you call generational wealth. The generational wealth is in the name of I am. That's what you should teach to your children every day. But what do you teach them? How to get a fucking bag every day. You see this message? You see this sword? Swing, swingy, swing. Because you know what I'm saying is true. And all you niggas is in vanity chasing after that shit. That's why the Cinderella slippers hit your feet when I say this shit. If a nigga ain't guilty of what I'm saying, he ain't gonna feel this. Or as niggas love to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. Well, if what I'm saying don't apply to you, we didn't let it fly. But it gonna fly right onto your damn feet because it do apply, nigga. It applies to all you people. Yes, I'm going to build generational wealth. In order to build generational anything, you need your own land, nigga. And I ain't talking about buying no land on some land that somebody else got. I'm talking about your land that God said he's going to return you to. When? When the branch stands up, according to Abba. I don't give a damn when y'all say it's going to happen. It's when the branch stand up so that he can open his mouth and give Jacob a chance to wake up out of his damn slumber. Like I told you. Ain't that what he just said right here? Or am I lying? Or am I lying? Watch. Is it a light thing that you should be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel? Elect, preserved, saved, elected, called out. That's who I'm talking to, and I've always said that. I'm not just talking to any old body. I'm talking to Israelites, elected, chosen. That's who I'm talking to. Because those are the only ones that are going to know the name of the Father and stop taking it in vain. They're going to be sealed with the name of the living God. What do everybody else say the seal is? Watch how I whack them old niggas with their lies. What does everybody else say the seal of the 144,000 is in their forehead? Because the Bible tells you what it is. That name is I am. When did it change? If that's the name that was revealed to Moses and God changes not, then when did it change? The high priest that was a sign to the people wore a mitre on his head with a plate on the front of it that says, Holy unto I am. So that's the seal that you spiritually wear, because we're spiritual high priests from the order of Melchizedek. Simple as that. You see it? Nah. Back to what we read and watch this. To restore the preserved of Israel, I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles. So that means that not only Israel going to hear me, I testify that this is true. There are people on the other side of the earth that I'm talking to on a weekly normal basis that have said, thank you, grandson. Man, I'm so glad I heard you talk. Wow, that's interesting. So what if I didn't talk? Yeah, I guess people don't think about that, huh? What if I never was brave enough to do what I'm doing? Since it's benefiting you so much way over there across the ocean. Hey, brother, I see you over there. If it benefiting you and giving you life every time you hear it, you eating. Well, then this is true then, isn't it? Or is it a lie? You guys tell me. You're the ones affected by me talking. That's all I do. As I'm talking right now, y'all can see me less and less because it's getting darker and darker outside. And I can care less because you can hear my voice. All right, then. That's why I said this is for mature children. The confused people right now, like, I got to get out of here. I don't even know what this man talking about, man. Well, you're going to miss all this heavenly goodness. That's what you're going to miss. Now watch that. Watch what I'm about to say next. That thou mayest be my salvation. Look at this. Unto the end of the earth. You might be my salvation. Oh, boy. Guess they can't hear that. Let's continue. Thus saith I am, the Redeemer of Israel. So who's going to redeem Israel? I am. Like I told y'all on my other video, when people ask me, who's the Savior? I am. See? See how this is connecting to what the grandson is telling you today? I am is who's going to save. That's who saved me out of every circumstance. So he'll save you too if you call on his name. I promise you he will. That's an oath. I'm sealing what I'm saying with a kiss. Mwah. It'll work every time, baby. Just try it. Because it worked for me every time. You see it? Stand still and see the salvation of I am. Look at it. So that's what I tell you to do, because everything else you do is vain. It ain't going to give you salvation. Waiting on I am is what gives you salvation. So then if you're sick, wait on I am healthy. Just wait on him and watch him come to you. And it's anything that distresses you. That's the good news of the gospel. Tell me it's not, like I ask anybody. Tell me that what I'm saying doesn't give you homework that you can go and try and then see it work and say, wow, I'll never do anything else. I'll sell everything else. I got it. Believe on his name. Stop taking his name in vain. And watch how your relationship will change with your wife when you stop taking God's name in vain. Watch. Watch how your relationship with your children will change when you stop taking God's name in vain. See how I'm bringing you back to the Father? Watch how your relationship with anything that you do will change when you stop taking his name in vain. What do I mean? When you go to a circumstance, you think a thing, you premeditate on it before you go. Sometimes you get nervous and you get stressed out about it. When you feel like that, that's the time when you need to take the Father's name in truth. Okay, if I am nervous and I am afraid, then I won't be successful at what I'm going to go do. So then I am successful. I am free of anxiety. Wow. That's wonderful. Whew. I am stress-free. Wow, that's great. That's how you do it. That's the good news, that anybody can do that. Now let somebody else tell you what the good news is and see if which one actually benefits you in your life every single day. You'll find that what I'm telling you is beneficial to your life from here on out. Once you know it, then you can't go anywhere anymore. You're like, damn, I got to face this. Shit. I've been taking God's name in vain my whole damn life. I didn't even know that I was doing it. Yeah, that's why he said, forgive them for they know not what they do. Now, continuing. Watch this here. Thus saith I am the Redeemer of Israel and his Holy One, to him whom man despised, to him whom the nation abhorreth, to a servant of rulers. Kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because I am that is faithful, and the Holy One of Israel, and he shall choose thee. See that? Thus saith I am, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee, in a day of saving. See? Deliver us, like they did in Egypt. Save us from this vanity. Save us from this vain labor we do every day by the sweat of our brows. They've been praying that prayer since Adam. What do you guys think? What do you guys think it is? What do you guys think the plague is? It tells you right there in Genesis. He claimed the ending from the beginning. So then has it changed? No, it's the same issue. You're sweating by your brow. That's a curse, working out there laboring under the sun. Because when you find out from the wise one that everything done under the sun is vain. Don't care how good you make it look, Cain. It's still a waste of time and it's vain. Cain? Dang. Bang, bang. Okay, I will preserve thee and give thee for a covenant of the people to establish the earth. Just as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. So Noah, after the flood happened, he established the earth in righteousness. Correct? He became heir, that is righteousness by faith. Isn't that what it said about Noah? So then so it is in the coming of the Son of Man. See how it's connecting like a Lego? All right then. Now watch this. And to cause to inherit the desolate heritages, that thou mayest say to the prisoners, slaves, captives, go forth. Go forth. You free. That's what it means. I am free. What is my testimony, y'all? When they tried to lock me up, I simply said I'm free. I told you I don't give a damn what they said. I don't give a damn, I'm free. I don't give a damn what they say or do, because I'm going to say I'm free, and that's going to make them have to take these fucking chains off of me. Do you understand that? They're little flockulators, and they did do it. See, I am free, and it set me free. So then I must tell that to the prisoners. Say I am free and you'll be free, and believe it. Ask believing and you shall have it. Is there anything different than what Yahusha said? See why I was chosen to be a servant of Yahusha? Because I will only tell you what he said. See? Right then. I'm not going to add on some other stuff. Generational wealth. When did Yahusha teach people that? He said it's harder for a rich man to enter than a camel to go through a eye of a needle. Oh, shit, I am tripping. He said, woe unto the rich. Then sit your funky, stinking ass down. You've been exposed. Ain't they been? All right, then. That thou mayest say to the prisoners, go forth. To them that are in darkness, show yourselves. See? Rise up. Don't be afraid anymore. Stop being scared to be who you are. I am. Stop being scared to be the truth of who you are. Imagine me. I'm the branch. Imagine how my parents felt when they heard me say that. Imagine how my family felt when they heard me tell them that. I don't give a damn how you feel. He also told me, the Son of Man, spare not. So I'm going to say it whether you hear or forbear. Don't matter to me. I got to say what he told me to say. And what he told me to say was the truth. All right then. All right then. They shall feed in the ways, and their pastures shall be in all high places. See? High places, I've told you guys what that means. Elevated states of thought, consciousness, high thoughts that make you feel high elevated feelings. Like we discussed with Lebanon. See that there on the previous videos. They shall not hunger nor thirst. So then what I got to worry about, wondering about eating or drinking. That's what you do when you a slave. See why you thinking about that? But I am free, so I ain't got to think about it. I'm telling you how to get to this land here by what I'm saying to you, because the kingdom is within you. Wow. Can you guys hear what I'm actually saying here on this cold, snowy evening? Can you hear what I'm saying? Because I hope you can. And their pasture shall be in all the high places. They shall not hunger nor thirst, neither shall the heat nor sun smite them. What that sound like? Revelation or what? Right there. Even by the spring of water shall he guide them. And I will make all my mountains a way, and my highways shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful, O earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains. For I am hath what? Comforted. I shall send you the comforter. So then when the comforter comes, you're going to get comforted. And comfort also means to repent. So you're going to repent from saying, I am sick. You're going to repent from saying, I am stupid if you listen to me, aren't you? See, I ain't lying to y'all, guys. I ain't lying to y'all about a damn thing. I'm actually revealing to you something that's so obvious once you see it. You go, how can I not see that before? Because it belonged to somebody to give it to you. Shiloh, to who? To he whom it belonged. And to him shall the gathering of the people be, as we're reading here. Now let's go on continuing, keep going. All right. And I will have mercy upon my afflicted. But Zion said, I am hath forsaken me, and I am hath forgotten me. See, can a woman forget her sucking child? Any woman that has a child listening to me today, can you forget that child? You just go off living and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I got a baby at home. I forgot all about it. Is that even possible? No. So Abba asked the same question. Can a woman forget her sucking child? Y'all say I forgot about y'all. When y'all went into slavery and fell into hardships, I know it looked like I wasn't with you. But can I ever forget you? That she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget. See, y'all might forget, yet will I not forget thee. Hear that, Israel? So you loved. I will never forget you. So then you're loved and you're precious and you're a diadem and the crown of the Father. He loves you. He's always said it. He said it so many times in the Bible, it's hard to miss it. You just got to know you Israel. You see that? Behold, I have graven thee upon the palms of my hands. Thy walls are continually before me. Continually before me. Behold, I have graven thee upon the palm of my hands. How often do you look at the palm of your hands? So every time Abba look at his hands, he see you. Thy children shall make haste. Thy destroyers, listen, thy destroyers and they that made thee waste shall go forth of thee. People that was making merchandise off of you. Told you, slave trade, brother. Using your mind because it was vacant. You didn't have control of it. That's what it means to be separated from God. You don't know who I am. To be reconciled to God, now you know who I am. See it? Oh, man. Then we shall be known as we are known. You should actually recognize yourself as God recognizes you. So I was walking around thinking I was just some man named Curtis James Vance III. See, the branch, named after my grandfather. That's what I'm just going through life thinking that's who I am. And then all of a sudden, here comes Abba and says, hey, do you know who you actually are? I put the codes all there in your life to snap you out of that sleep you were in. You're the third part of the plant, brother. You're the third. You're the branch from the root. See how I'm named after my grandfather, even though I'm the third? I'm not named after my father. Come on, guys. How did that even happen? Because God said it would. Just being honest with you. I didn't make that up. Telling you just the truth. Right then. Nah. Watch this. Lift up thine eyes round about, and behold, all these gather themselves together, and come to thee. To him shall the gathering of the people be. As I live, says I am, thou shalt surely clothe thee with them all, as with an ornament, and bind them on thee as a bride doeth. Oh my goodness. Can you see it, little flock? For thy waste and thy desolate places, and the land of thy destruction, shall even now be too narrow by reason of the inhabitants, and they that swallow thee up shall be far away. Look at that. They who devoured you shall be far away from you. Thy children which thou shalt have, watch this, little flock. If you think my life, I'm just making this up about my life. I was married, and I had 4 children with that woman. I haven't seen her or those children in 7 years. So let's read this next verse and see if I just keep making up all these facts or they're just what they are. Facts. Let's see. The children, remember, who is God talking to here? He's talking to his servant. And what his servant going to do? The children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other. So now, I told you I was married. I haven't seen that woman or those children in 7 years. Now I have 2 new sons and a new woman. So let's read this again. The children which thou shalt have after you have lost the other shall say again in thine ears, the place is too strait for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. I need a large room to dwell in. What does that mean? That means that after I had left that old life and started living my new life, I was just living, going from place to place, bouncing from place to place. Like I told you guys, I got after. What do you see? 2017, I went on the 40. When I came out the 40, 2018, I left. I went to Georgia. I left Georgia. I went to Tennessee. I left Tennessee. I came back to Detroit in 2019. And since I've been back in Detroit, every year just about, I've stayed in a different place. So what it seems as though what I'm saying to you all is for the last 7 years, I've been bouncing around like a ball in a pinball machine, a traveler journeying. Why? That's what you do in the wilderness. I gave you guys the video where I said the Israelites camped here, and then they left and camped there, 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 and then they left and camped there. And you may think I'm being silly by saying it like that, but when you read the actual Bible and it's actually telling you about their travels, that's how it's saying it. They pitched there, and then they got up and traveled to there, and then they pitched their tents there, and then they got up and traveled to there, and then they pitched their tents there. That's literally how it says it, because they're doing so much moving. Well, that's what I've been doing the last 7 years. Now, I had the 2 children recently in the last 2 years. See? 2 sons. Well, now I need to enlarge for their sake. See it? They can't be just bouncing around, going from place to place, living under a bridge, living in the basement, living in a motel, living in this and living in that, living out here, living in there. They can't be living like that. They need a place. So do you see what I was saying? Not making this up, guys. Too accurate to make up, ain't it? So the place is too strait for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. See? It's too tight, cramped around here. I know. Then shalt thou say in thine heart, who have begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children, and am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro? Can you guys hear this shit or what? Yeah, that's what I said. Where did you come from? I say it all the time. I tell their mother, when I look at my two new boys, I look at their mother and say, where did they come from? How, Father? How'd you give me that joy back into my life? After the wound, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. After the wound of losing my first two boys, I never thought I would recover. I thought I'd die. And it's obviously still hurts. But Abba in his grace gave me two new. Do you see it? Like he did for Job. So these tears are real because this scripture is actually real for my life. That's why I'm sharing them with you. Do you see? Watch. He says, you gonna say in your heart to me, see, who have begotten me these, seeing I have lost my children and am in desolate, a captive, removing to and fro. I told you I don't have anything. I live on charity. I do my best to help my brothers and sisters come back to the Father. And whatever they give me in return, that's what I receive. I don't complain. I'm grateful for anything that I get. You see it? So do you see what's going on here? Watch. And who have brought up these? See? Who gave me these children? Well, I've been bouncing around, going from place to place, living like a pilgrim. How I get these children? See? Behold, I was left alone. These, where had they been? See? That was me. I was left alone up under a bridge, just fucked up. Family gone. How do I have a new? How you do that, God? That's what it's saying here. See it? Watch this. Thus saith I am El. Behold, I will lift up mine hand to the Gentiles and set up my standard to the people. See, standard. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. So now I have brothers, and I'm just being honest. I have brothers, like I told you, overseas and everything, that actually ask me, brother, how's your family doing? How's your sons? I told a brother, shout out Brother Cut. I told a brother about my youngest son. He didn't know. He's like, I knew about the 2-year-old, but I didn't know about the 5-month-old son that you have. And he said, now he's in my heart as well. You hear that, little flock? So now his heart's desire is for them to live and thrive, in other words. You understand? That's what the scripture just said. I'm going to raise the Gentile up. And this man has said he had to come to the conclusion that he was a Gentile. Don't you see it, little flock? The same man that told me, hey, your children and everything, how are they? Bless them. May Abba bless them. You see? And another brother, Brother P, who always, every week, every month, however often, always is what I'm saying, checks in and sees, how is my family doing? Not just me, but how they're doing. Another Gentile, little flock. Do you see it? Do you see it? Many times I had nothing to feed my children, and one of those brothers will show me charity. Seriously, I'm sitting there scratching my noggin noodle, about to start thinking, and I'm like, wait, Abba, you said don't think about it. And then bam. Here, brother, man. Rest for the day. Wow. Really? So then Abba's just telling the truth, like I'm saying to you, because my question was, how am I going to provide for these children who have come up while I'm a captive, like prisoner, going from to and fro? That's literally my life, guys. You've actually watched it on these videos. If you watched my videos, you have seen me go from place to place to place to place to place to place to place. Y'all know I'm not lying about this. Gosh, golly, isn't it something when you actually see it? Continuing. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth, and lick up the dust of your feet. And you shall know that I am, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. See? Wait. Stand still and see the salvation. You ain't going to be ashamed if you wait for me. You're going to see exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure you taken care of. I'm going to make sure your children taken care of. That's what he said. I'm going to rise up the Gentiles. They're going to help you. They're going to make sure. Just like he did in Egypt. That's why it's not a surprise to me to hear this. What am I saying? When the children of Israel left out of Egypt, he said, I got to take livestock. I got to take all the goods. I got to take all the gold and silver when I go. And it said the Egyptians put gold and silver all up on the Israelites when they was leaving. See it? Gosh golly. Continuing. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus saith I am. Even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contended with me, and I will save your children. See, little flock? I'll fight against who fought against you, and I'll save your children. And I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh, and they shall be drunken with their own blood, as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. See, the grandson. Everyone gonna know it because that's what you said, and that's what happened when they took that name. They understood it. They said, wow, it's just true. See what I'm saying to you little flockulators. All right. Go to Isaiah 42. Now, I know when people hear things like this, they get all confused. They get all strange. Hey, man, I told you. Here comes that guy. Hey, you're trying to take some glory away from God. No, I'm giving glory to God. I am is his name. So then what can this person do if I'm giving all the glory to I am? Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Ain't no guess. I'm the grandson of right thought, nigga. I ain't the grandson of wrong guessing. All right. But I know they're just going to say, hey, you're trying to take some glory, or you're trying to make yourself equal with Christ, or whatever the case may be, even though the Bible says you should be joint heirs. So I don't know what joint heirs means other than equal. What does it mean? That's just you trying to be a Neanderthal and get out of the truth. Okay? Carnal mind can't figure out spiritual things, so just chill out. Back to the message. Behold my servant, whom I will uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall not he break. So verse 2, what does that mean? That means he's not going to do anything for outward glory. That's not what he does. You see that there? Because that's vain. Y'all understand that? Right. A bruised reed shall he not break, and the smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment unto truth. See? He shall not fail nor be discouraged till he have set judgment where? In the earth. And the isles, which we just read, isles, listen to me. We just read that. See? The isles shall wait for his law. See? Isles, listen up to me, the servant of the Most High. You see that there? They shall wait for his law. And what is that law? That you show that you love God by loving your neighbor. And the whole law hang on them 2 commandments. See that there? Thus saith El, I am, he that created the heavens and stretched them out, he that spread forth the earth and that which cometh out of it, he that giveth breath unto the people upon it. Breathe upon these slain, and spirit to them that walk therein. And the spirit entered into them, and they stood that walk therein. They stood, a mighty army, when the Son of Man prophesied unto the wind. That's what happens. See that there, little flockulators? I am, hath called thee in righteousness, see, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light to the Gentiles. Same thing. To open the blind eyes, see, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, see, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house, see. I am that I am. That is my name. See? My glory will I not give to another. See? Neither my praise to graven images. Y'all hear that there, little flocculator? So have you guys ever seen me on a video destroy a graven image? Look how it just keeps clicking like a Lego, guys. Look how it just keeps clicking like a Lego. You see it? Like I said, people hear this, hey man, that you talk about Jesus, it ain't about you. What did Christ call me to do? Follow him or somebody else? Oh, he did say follow me. Did he say take up my cross and follow him? Because he was carrying a cross. Did he say take up mine and follow him? Yeah, he did, grandson. So then I have to do the same thing? Yeah. Did he say you shall drink of the cup and be baptized with the same baptism? Did he say that? Yeah, he sure did say that to you. See, because the grandson of the end times is John. Was John one of those sons I told you guys about in the last video that his mother came and said, let one son on your right hand and your left hand? Yes, he was one of them. So then he was one of the two told, you shall drink this cup indeed. See, John was. That's the grandson of the end time that comes and prophesies again. Jacob, the grandson, Israel, John, God's grace to the world. See this? It's connecting and connecting and connecting and connecting and connecting and connecting like that nigga that played for the Lakers. All right. I am is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praises to graven images. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. What does it say about the Comforter? He shall tell you of things to come. See that there? Sing unto I am a new song. Come on, y'all. Did I just not make a video the other day singing a new song? And isn't it a strange song that makes some people uncomfortable? I ain't singing that. That's not even a praise to sing. It's pure. That's what it is. It's a pure praise. I ain't sugarcoating it. I'm not thinking with my mind to try to make it seem beautiful. We just read that he doesn't do that. He gives it to you plainly and truthfully. He doesn't sugarcoat it. He doesn't try to make it fancy for you and make it look good, because he's against those type of people. The ones who judge outward appearance is who he comes to correct because they have wrong judgment. He has come to reprove them of their wrong judgment of outward appearance and to teach them true judgment, which is to judge like God judges, which is after the heart and the reins of a man. Am I wrong? Watch this. Sing a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea and all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. Let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice. The villages that Kedar doth inhabit, let the inhabitants of the rocks sing. Let them shout from the tops of the mountains. Let them give glory to I am, and declare his praise in the islands. So what name am I telling everybody to praise? I am. See how it keeps connecting? I am shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holden my peace. See? I have been still and refrained myself, and now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills, and dry up all their herbs. And I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. And I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. I will lead them in paths that they have not known. See, you didn't know it. I will make darkness light before them. Their ignorance will be transformed into knowledge. Wow, now I understand. I was walking along saying I am stupid and I am dumb and I am screwed up my whole life. No wonder why I was screwed up and dumb and screwed over all through my life, because I said that I was. Jeez, I told God these vain things about him. But now I know the truth. See how out of darkness into light? You see how the name of this place is the School of Marvelous Light? It's too many Legos clicking, guys. I don't know what else you want me to say here. All right, then. I will make darkness light before them and crooked things straight. These things will I do unto them and not forsake them. See? They shall be turned back. They shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten images, you are our gods, little g. Hear you deaf, and look you blind, that you may see. Who is blind but my servant? See that? Or deaf as my messenger that I sent. That's how I want you to be blind and deaf. What the grandson say on his song that he was praising God? Look how it connected like a Lego. Thank you, Abba. We don't care what you niggas say. We don't care what you say, nah, we don't give a damn what you done said. We don't care what a nigga done said, nah, we don't give a damn what you niggas do. Why? Cause my Abba's so good. He is good, he is good. I said my Abba is good. He is good, he is good. Ain't that what I said on the song? So not caring what you do means I'm blind. Not caring what you say means I'm deaf. I don't judge by the seeing of my eyes, and I don't judge by the hearing of my ears, but with righteousness shall he judge for the poor with equity. See it? Continuing. So who is blind as my servant, deaf as my messenger that I sent? Who is blind as he that is perfect? Look! Who don't walk by sight. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't give a damn what you niggas do. My Abba good today. That's a servant that's blind to the world. God said, who like him? Ain't that what he said, y'all? So then you think my song funny? Or do you understand why I said what I said in my song? Nah. I know there's some of y'all who get it. I know there's some of y'all a remnant who get it. A remnant who get it. You see that? Watch this here. Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as I am servant? Seeing many things, but you observe not. Opening the ears, but he heareth not. I am as well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. See, I'm doing that. I told you. People gonna think it's strange when I say that because they're saying, you think you're Jesus Christ or something. Jesus Christ already fulfilled this. Then how come I gotta come and redo it again? If you niggas was doing it then. I'm telling you, you ain't. I'm telling you, you not doing it. I've been telling y'all not doing it. But y'all keep going along in your pride thinking that you are doing it. You're blind. You're deaf. You can't hear shit. So what is God gonna do to you? I told you already. You got leaven in your house, your ass ain't going to heaven. You got leaven in your house, your ass will get knocked down because you got pride, you got vanity, you got hypocrisy up in your house. That shit gonna get you killed. Ain't that what I told you? What am I magnifying? I'm making it clear for you to understand what all those words mean. It means to love. Is it hard to hear? Or do I need to yell a little bit louder or roar a little bit more? Like Abba said he would do because he's tired of holding his peace. Huh? That guy's strange. I know. That's why Abba said, who liked that servant? Who don't care what you think? You give a damn you think I'm strange? I don't give a damn what your judgment of me is. Y'all niggas can't judge right. So wait a minute here. I'm supposed to care about the world's judgment when they can't even judge right? So then chances are they probably won't judge me right. So then if they say I'm negative things, then I just deny that what they said was true because they don't know how to judge right. You niggas don't know a damn thing. God judges the heart and the reins of a man. Can you judge that with me? Can you see where my heart and my reins are? Can you see what my heart is about? Can you see that? Oh, well, yeah, I do. But what other but is there when God judges the heart? Oh, Neanderthal time. I know. Damn. No wonder Abba said he got that nigga by his ankle and he gonna drag his ass down to the pit. No wonder Abba said that. I see. One grandson stronger than the other grandson. I see it. So he gonna make the law honorable. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. So like I said, the Israelites got took out of their land, thrown in slavery right in America for hundreds and hundreds of years, treated like crap, less than a citizen, said by other names. Everything God said in Deuteronomy would happen to them because of the curses came upon them. And he said, these curses shall be a sign. So if that sign is on a people, then you know that's God's people. What sign is this? I mean, what people is the sign on of Deuteronomy 28, like God said? What people is it on? The people that went into slavery, the people that had their names changed, people that were beat with a whip like an animal, people that were called chattel. That's them. Because God said that would happen to his people. That damn simple. So this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. And they are hid in prison houses. So who got more people in prison than every other nation on earth? Who got more prisons than everybody? That would be America. And out of those American prisons, how much of the population is Negroes? Alrighty then. Alrighty then. They are for a prey, and none delivereth. So when they went into slavery, did anybody save them out of that slavery? No. Interesting. For a spoil, and none says restore. So when the Negroes fell into this estate, who said restore to them their name? Give them their names back. Who said that? Because it hasn't happened. Who said give them their land back? Who said give them their menorahs back and their temple and their goodly things that were ornaments inside the temple that you put on your Arch of Titus that you stole? Who said give it back? Nobody did. So see how it just keeps on clicking? Not even hard to understand if you stop being so prideful and arrogant and submit to the words that Abba says, because man shall live by every word. Who among you will give ear to this? See? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not I am? He against whom we have sinned? See, I am stupid, I am a slave, I am this, I am that, I am this, which makes you steal. Watch. A poor man steals to feed his belly. But the law says that a man should not steal, correct? But he steals because he feels like he has no other choice. But if he knew to wait on I am and say I am filled, then would he steal? Nope. But since he doesn't know that, he steals. Correct. Okay, then. See that there, little flockulators? Watch this here. For they would not walk in his ways. See? Neither were they obedient unto his law. They weren't loving. It's just that simple. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger, and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. See? So, Jacob's trouble. You're going to go through a period of time where everything going to be taken from you and burnt up out of your life. Is that not what I've said here at the School of Marvelous Light consistently? It's going to come a time when you're going to lose every damn thing, and you're going to be tested. I am. See? There won't be anything left but I am. Everything else that you rely on will be gone. You see that there? That's what that just told you. All right. Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of I am is risen upon thee. So you can't know I am unless the light has come. You see that there? And the glory of I am is upon you, the Spirit of God. That's the only way you can know the truth. The Spirit has to do it. The Spirit of truth shall set you free. You see it there? For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. See that there? Like I told you guys. Gross darkness. The people. See? Darkness that may be felt. Didn't I tell you guys about this darkness that's coming because people are in their pride? So get the leaven out your house so that the darkness doesn't affect you. See? See it? But I am shall arise upon thee. So when all this darkness and ignorance hits these people and calamity strikes, you won't be affected because you're sealed with the name of I am. See what I'm saying to you? Now, if you don't believe that I'm true, that I'm telling you the truth of anything that I've said today, then go to somebody who you do trust and ask them, what is the seal of the living God? What is that name and what does it mean? And then ask them, how does it deliver you when you find yourself in a strait or in a temptation? How will the name of God deliver you? And then see if they say what I'm about to say right here. I am free will deliver you from I am imprisoned. I am healthy will deliver you from I am sick. I am happily and blissfully married will deliver you from I am lonely. See how you were taking his name in vain all that time? And you were suffering because you were taking his name in vain? Try to take his name in truth. Because I am is happily and blissfully married. I am is health. I am is wisdom. I am is these things that you've been saying I am isn't. See? That's simple, guys. Now see if they say that to you. And then once they say that to you, or as I have said it to you, don't you have to go forth now and you're a different person than you were before? That means you were baptized. Because that's what people say when they get baptized. I'm a different person now. That's what happens when you come to me. You get washed out of the old and you get the new. And you say, wow, I didn't know that. That's baptism. That's called the Ruach HaKodesh, with the fan in his hand. He can baptize like that. Who can do that? Told you, only the Son can. Only the beloved. See it? Come on, guys. How hard is this to understand? I know it's strange and it's new because you never heard it. That's why God said, they shall see the strangeness of my salvation. Search the word and see if God calls his salvation strange. You'll see it. You'll see it. All right. But I am shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light. So are there any Gentiles here today at the School of Marvelous Light? So then was God telling you the truth? And kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about and see. All they gather themselves together, and they come to thee. Is this not what we read in the other place? Yes. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then you shall see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged. Told you guys. Because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. See? The same thing read in the other place. How am I going to take care of these new babies you gave me, Abba? I'm bouncing around from place to place. Every day is sufficient to the day with my family. That's the way it works. But my family is growing, so I need that supply to enlarge. Well, he said how it's going to. I shall turn, what did he say? The abundance of the sea, currency. See how that's going, little flock? Liquid assets. That's why I said, give it to me, give it all to me. I am glad to receive. You see? The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. See? The multitude of camels shall cover thee. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah and all from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold, incense. They shall show forth the praises of I am. See? All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. That's the body he's in. I'm going to glorify it by bringing all of this stuff to it. See how that's going, little flock of laters? See? Who are these that fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me. It just keeps saying the same thing, doesn't it? And the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of I am, thy El, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. See? And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee, for in my wrath I smote thee. But in my favor have I had mercy on thee. See, that's my story. So that's why I tell it to you guys that way. I went along in vanity. That's how we started this message. He said it. I was wasting my time in vanity, doing vain things. And then I showed you that that's what the grandson's name actually means. So it's his message to give. And then I proved to you when the grandson gave that message. And I'm proving you now that that's my message that I'm giving to you today. See it? Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day or night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. You hear that, little flock? Told you. Yeah, the nation shall be utterly wasted. That's what's happening right now. So I'm here proclaiming the name of I am, and it's a bunch of ruckus. That's why Yahushua said, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and then there's going to be calamities and the beginning of sorrows and the time of trouble as there never was. See? You see how it just increasingly gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse? Until finally, there's a birthing, and then there's joy for a son has been born. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee. See how the mystery I revealed about Lebanon? See? High mountains, high places of exalted filling. See that there? shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. Where's God's feet? Inside of his temple. The temple is the body. So it's not outside. So the temple that the branch builds is his body. He submits himself to God. God comes within a body who is submitted to him totally. Right? The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of I am. See? The Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles. See? And shall suck the breast of kings. And thou shalt know that I am, thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. See it? Just keep saying it over and over and over and over and over again. You see that there, little flockulators? So as I've said, people think, wow, it's a lot of flow and forces and riches flowing toward that servant. Good gracious, why is that? Because of what he gives. And you shall receive what you give. You reap what you sow. So the work that he did was actually valuable. Well, I told you, everybody else is searching in vain, stacking up riches in the wrong place. If you ask for wisdom, you'll get the wisdom and you'll get the riches. Solomon, the grandson, proved this. So the question is, am I in sackcloth giving you all the wisdom? So then there's only the other side left to grasp onto. And that's what we're reading here today. The forces. You see it, little flock? Abba gonna tell you to do it. It's up to you to submit and do it. That's all it is. He's gonna put it on your heart. Give it to him. Give it to him. It's up to you to simply submit to it. Now, I said Abba gonna tell you, not me. See that there, little flock? It's up to you to submit to what he's told you to do or not. If he's not telling you to do it, then don't do it. But if he tells you to do it, then don't you think that you should? All right, then, little flockulators. Watch this. He said, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations in verse 15. So generational wealth. This is generational wealth, a joy of many generations. See? Thou shalt suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I am, thy Savior, thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. You see? For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. Everything is being upgraded in your life. In other words, I will also make thy officers peace, and thy exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land. So black on black crime is not even going to be a thing anymore. Wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation, Yeshaya, and thy gates praise, Yehodah. Simple as that. See? The sun shall be no more light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but I am shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy glory, and thy God, thy glory, thy power, thy glory. So, what did he say there? Let's get that real quick. He says, but I am shall be unto thee an everlasting light. See, whenever you find yourself in a dark circumstance, if you claim the truth of I am, it doesn't matter what the circumstance look like. It can't hold you. It's the power of the name of I am. See it there? Like I keep telling you guys. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall the moon withdraw itself. For I am shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Y'all saw me mourn there a minute ago, and I told you it still hurts some. See there, little flockulators? Well, the end of this is that it will be ended. That's what causes me to rest. That's what causes me to keep on going. It's his promises. All I have to do is endure the pain, the suffering, the cup. See it? The cup of suffering, little flock. Suffering without a cause. It's a hard cup to drink. That's why he said, are you able to drink it? See? Thy people also shall be all righteous. See, if the king is righteous, then the people are righteous. Don't y'all know that proverb? So if the grandson of right thought is righteous, then his people will be righteous. Who's the king that shall abide with the people forever? David. He shall be their prince forever. The branch shall grow up unto David. See, So the branch was the third part shall grow up to the status of his father. And that's why I said people think I'm stealing glory from Yahusha. Can't you see it? Because I have grown into equal status with him to deliver the same message that he gave, to speak with authority in the name of I am. Don't you hear it? The same reason they said he blasphemed when he was elevated to equal status with his father. And they said, hey, you being a man, make yourself equal with God. Well, then the grandson will be accused and said, you being a man, make yourself equal with Yahusha. See it? Oh, man, it's easy to me to see it. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I am that I am will hasten it in his time. He gonna make it happen in his own time. You see that there? Go to Isaiah 11. And it shall come to pass, verse 11. Chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that I am shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, from Pathros, from Cush, from Elam, from Shinar, from Hamath, and from the islands, the isles of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nation, a standard, an ensign. Told you guys. Go back and check my videos and see if I talked about this already before. And let's see if I was the only one that said this. I wasn't. That there would rise up a servant who is an ensign to the people, that God is giving them grace. That's what this is saying. And shall assemble the outcast. What kind of people does David assemble? Read the Old Testament and read about David and read about his men that were with him. They were called debt slaves and outcasts. See? The outlaws. Now check my videos way back when I still had the long locks and everything. And I say I got love for the outlaws because that's who David has on his team, the outcast. So shall it be here. See, he shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth, those who've been cast away. See that there? Now, before we end this message, we're going to read from the book of Enoch, chapter 48. Okay? Start at verse 1. And in that place I saw an inexhaustible spring of righteousness and many springs of wisdom surrounding it. Interesting what you're seeing there. And all the thirsty drank from them and were filled with wisdom. Out of his belly shall flow living rivers of water. Righteousness and wisdom. Interesting. And their dwelling was with the righteous and the holy and the chosen. Who did I say I'm talking to? So you see how there's a group of people all around that water drinking it up and they all righteous and holy? What did it say in the other place? They shall all be called righteous, all his people. See what I'm trying to say? All right then. Verse 2. And at that hour, the Son of Man was named in the presence of I am of spirits, and his name brought to the head of days. The head of days, like it says in Daniel, the Ancient of Days. And I saw one like the Son of Man going up to the throne. See the vision Daniel saw? Check this out here. Even before the sun and the constellations were created, before the stars of heaven were made, his name was named in front of the Lord of spirits. I am of spirits. He will be a staff to the righteous and the holy, so that they may lean on him and not fall. Comfort. Your staff comfort me. He shall be a staff to the righteous, so that they may lean on him and not fall. And he will be the light of the nations, Gentiles, and he will be the hope of those who grieve in their hearts. You see that there? Little flockulators. All those who dwell upon the dry ground will fall down and worship in front of him. And they will bless and praise and celebrate with psalms in the name of I am of spirits. And because of this, he was chosen and hidden in front of him before the world was created and forever. He was hidden, the Bible says there. Did you read about Psalm 83? They made war against my hidden ones. Saviors shall come up upon Mount Zion. See that there? So he's hidden. But the wisdom of I am of spirits has revealed him to the holy and the righteous. The right thinking we'll see. You see it? For he has kept safe the lot of the righteous, for they have hated. Why? For they have hated and rejected this world of iniquity. All is vanity. You right, bro. That shit is whack. I hate this fucking world. This shit is weak as hell. I ain't gonna do shit else in it. It's whack as hell to do it anyway, according to what the grandson say. All is vanity. See what I'm trying to say to you? All right. For he has kept safe the lot of righteousness, for they have hated and rejected this world of iniquity, and all its works, and its ways they have hated in the name of I am. For in his name they are saved. Guys, do you hear it again? In his name they are, for in his name they are saved. And he is the one who will require their lives. And in those days, the kings of the earth and the strong who possess the dry ground will have downcast faces because of the works of their hands. So the people that run in the earth will be downcast because of what they spent all their time doing. See it? See? For on the day of their distress and trouble, they will not save themselves. See it? I am is the only way you can be saved. But they don't think that. They think it's works of their hands they can do it. Go ahead and do what your works of your hands then. Go ahead. And I will give them into the hands of my chosen ones. See? Like straw in the fire and like lead in water. So they will burn in front of the righteous. Wow. And sink in front of the holy. Wow. And no trace will be found of them. Wow. And on the day of their trouble, there will be rest on the earth, and they will fall down in front of him and will not rise up. And there will be no one who will take them with his hands and raise them, for they denied I am and his Messiah. May the name of I am be blessed! Exclamation point. See? So the world is being judged because they denied the Messiah and what the Messiah said. And if you deny the Messiah, then you deny God, because God sent the Messiah. So do you see how he says you can't be forgiven for blasphemy against the Holy Ghost, the one whom Yahusha sends, because that's the last grace you're going to get. So that you can't be forgiven after that. That's it. If you don't believe what he told you, then you can't be saved, because it's the Father's name that saves. We just read it. Oh gosh. All right, continuing. Now remember I told you guys about a voice here that's standing out. Let's see. This is the book of Enoch 22, verse 1. From there I proceeded to another spot where I saw on the west a great and lofty mountain, a strong rock and 4 delightful places. Internally it was deep, capacious, and very smooth as if it had been rolled over. It was both deep and dark to behold. Then Raphael, one of the holy angels who were with me, answered and said, These are the delightful places where the spirits of the souls of the dead will be collected, for then were they formed. And here will be collected all the souls of the Son of Men. See? So this is where all the souls are going to be collected. You see that there? These places in which they dwell shall they occupy unto the day of judgment and until their appointed period. You see that? Their appointed period will be long, even until the great judgment. Y'all all know about that. And I saw the spirits of the sons of men who were dead, and their voices reached to heaven, while they were accusing. See that there, little flock? Then I inquired of Raphael, an angel who was with me, and said, watch this. So he heard their voices hollering up to heaven. But then he's going to ask a specific question. Watch. And I inquired the angel who was with me and said, Whose spirit is that? The voice of which reaches to heaven and accuses. Whose voice is that reaches to heaven? And he answered, saying, This is the spirit of Abel. Guys, are you kidding me here? The same thing I've been telling you guys since the beginning. Can't you see it there, little flock of layers? The voice of the breath saying, Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. Abel. What is he saying? This is the spirit of Abel, who was slain by Cain, his brother. See that there? I told you, every time the grandson comes, something interesting comes. And who will accuse that brother until his seed be destroyed from the face of the earth, until his seed perish from the seed of the human race? Did y'all hear that there, little flock of ladies? Right then. So he heard all the voices crying out from that dead place, but one voice reached heaven, and it was exalted above the other, was so much so that he said, who the heck is that? Whose spirit? Can the spirit be dead? Nope. God said, his blood cries unto me from the earth. Life is in the blood. His blood cry unto me from the earth. What is it crying for? I just read it to you. Vengeance. Vengeance. So when God takes vengeance, he's going to need a vessel to do it. Ah, boy, I've told you guys this mystery many times. Well, we've been going for a while now, little flock. Like I told you, it was a smorgasbord as usual. And if you were able to last through this meal all the way up to this point, well, then you sure do have a healthy appetite. I tell you that right now, because that was a whole lot of food to eat. And in a few days here, I'm sure these Gentiles here will be eating quite a bit of food themselves, but it won't do them any profit. It will be vain, the food that they're eating, while we're eating the food that gives life and life more abundantly. Huh, little flock? Y'all be blessed today and understand the times that you're living in and what exactly is going on. Israel and Judah are being saved. That's why Israel is speaking here and giving you the name of the Father, which saves, as we just read there. Is it true or is it not true? Case closed. Slam, hit the gavel, hit it so hard that the little thing flies off the damn desk and everything. Y'all be blessed tonight, little flock. Silwa Misraela.